Hi, good morning, good morning. So welcome to Ready, Set, Summer. Today we are going to dive into 5 ways to build your immune system, to make sure that through this summer that we are focusing on building the best day ever through a couple surprising things. So stay with me all the way till the end of this live, and I'm going to teach you how to do inversions and go through the benefits of inversions for your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your immune system, all of that good stuff. So we're going to talk about 5 tips to keep your immune system strong, how to stay on track with healthy habits, and what some of the super easy tools that we can use together to create I sometimes I say lean body, but it's not about the outward view of what your body looks like. It's about when you have a lean, strong, healthy body, your immune system is better, your energy is better. There's so many things that are working on your side. So as everybody is logging in, please let me know where you're calling in from. Good morning, great to see everybody. So I also have my little bag of tools here that I wanted to share with you. Is a few of my favorite herbs, roots. I don't think I have supplements today, but all of some fun stuff that I want to share with you guys in the efforts of building that summer immunity, the strength, and the body that we all deserve. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. So as I said, stay with me to the end because we're going to do inversions. I think that inversions, I know because there's lots of studies that inversions can be done by anybody for one, so don't be like, oh, I'm not going to stay at the end because I don't like handstands or headstands. It's not that. You can do inversions at the end of every single day, and inversions have all kinds of benefits for our body. So stay with me to the very end. We're only going to be together 10-15 minutes. So I love my Fridays with you guys. I'm here in Lake Tahoe. I'm Coach Nikki Warren for anybody who is new to these lives. Every Friday, we do just a fantastic Friday little bit. Please let me know what you want to hear from me. I just love doing the research. It helps me. I hope that it helps you. So if there's something on your mind or in your heart that you really I want to learn more about this. Maybe it's a stumbling block of yours. Maybe it's something that you just want more information on. You can either direct message me anytime, or you can just type in here. I always look back at the comments and the questions and do my very best to help you and serve you. So let's go ahead and dive into Ready, Set, Summer. So give me a big heart emoji if you're ready for summer. If all of a sudden when you walk outside and the sun hits your skin and you're like, I'm healing, I feel better, I have more energy, all of a sudden this is a new season, and I want us to claim this season to be the summer of healing, to be the summer of how is it and what can we do this summer to maybe slow down a little bit, to take the time, even if it's just a few moments, to close your eyes when you walk out in the morning and you feel that morning sunshine, and just to know that we all have what it takes to be healthy, happy, thriving, that you were put on this earth to shine. Every single one of us. And sometimes our journey might be a little bit longer than other people's to find that optimal health, but that's okay, because if your journey is longer, it just means you're going to be better at teaching it. Because everything that we learn, the harder it is for us to learn, the more diligent that we are at continuing to to ask questions and be inquisitive, and how do you make your life amazing? What do you do? The better you're going to be at helping somebody else with it. If God just gave you a naturally thin body and awesome parents and no bumps in your life, you're going to have probably a more difficult time teaching others how to get through hard times. So if your journey is hard, I want you just to take an internal smile and be like, my journey's hard because I'm supposed to be teaching this to somebody else. Okay, so if you have your journal, that's awesome. If you don't, run and get your journal really quick. Run and get a pen, and I'm gonna go through at first just the 5 things to build our immune system. So these are things that you hear me talking about. Again, if you just logged on, stay with me to the end because we're gonna do inversions. I'm gonna teach you how to do handstands. But so the first thing is building your immune system. So the 5 things that I focus on every day to build my immune system, and what I focus on with my clients and helping them build their immune system, is first and foremost nutrient-dense foods. So when you look at something, okay, I'm going to back up for 1 second. To build your immune system, to have a lean and strong summer body, and to be super healthy inside and outside, we need, 1, human beings like goals, but studies show that it's very important that we know the benefits of what we're doing that will benefit us this moment. So when you're looking at building your immune system right now, because we are like all hyper concerned about like our immune system, that it's easier to choose nutrient dense foods over sugar, which lowers your immune system, because you're threatened right now with the risk of the pandemic, so of COVID. So if you think right now, okay, why would I eat an apple over a donut? You're like, I don't want to get sick, so you eat an apple. It's the same thing with everything in life. If you can tell yourself, like we talked about in the meditation yesterday, if you can tell yourself, what's the benefit right now that I'm going to get from this or from this? And so when you're looking at like an apple to a donut, the donut might taste really good right now, but in about 2 minutes, you're going to feel a little bit nauseous. You're going to feel kind of tired. You're going to want to lay down and, feel, especially if you're not used to eating that kind of food, you're not going to feel great. But right there, ask yourself, now what will an apple do for me right now? So when you bite into an apple, then you think about all the macro and micronutrients, the nutrient density that's put into this whole food. And when you bite into it, ask yourself, how does it make my mouth feel? How does it make my body feel? Like, what are the effects that it's going to give me right now? Because we can say, I want to lose 10 pounds because I want to look good out on my paddleboard, but it doesn't work. Like, science shows that we need the intrinsic value of something right here. And so when you're looking at nutrient density foods and you're trying to push away some of the foods that cause disease and obesity and cause you to gain weight and all of these things, it's not, you can't discipline yourself into saying no, but you can ask and be inquisitive and tell yourself, this is the summer of, and I claimed like this for myself, like have one word for your summer. So this is the summer of love for me. And, being able to open our businesses yesterday, all of a sudden, everything came back on with like so many things to do. And I started getting anxiety again and started feeling like I wasn't doing enough, and I was pushing, and I stopped, and I was like, this is the summer of healing for me. This is the summer of love. And how can I still love what I do. I love my job. I love my businesses. But how can I claim this summer to be healing for me? And so I want you to ask yourself that question. I want you to write in your journal, what are you going to label your summer to be? And then from there, to build our immune system, what nutrient-dense foods are going to help us with, for me, help me love my body, help me de-stress, which I'll show you some of my little bag of medicine. So nutrient density foods, that is the biggest bang for your buck when you're looking at this or this. Okay, number 2 is cut the sugar. And this one's not easy for me either. And I know you guys are like, oh, whatever, Nikki, you never eat sugar. Not true. Because we'll have like, I just actually asked my husband the other day, I was like, can you stop buying those vegan Trader Joe's cookies? Because I end up like thinking about them all day and they're my trigger food, and then I end up like diving into the bag of cookies and it doesn't make me feel good. So sugar, I know sugar lowers my immune system. So now that we're out and about and we're maybe going into workouts, we are venturing into the world that we know and love, that when you go in, say, to a coffee shop and you think about the sugar filled, whether it's like carbohydrates, like a white bagel, which is processed as sugar, like a croissant, or whether it's like a sugar drink. So a lot of times, like, the milks can have a lot of sugar in them. You can order a lot of sugar. If when you go up to order, you think about, okay, my immune system is more important now than ever. My health is more important now than ever in our history. So then think about, what should I order? So you can have anything as long as it doesn't have sugar in it. So think about the things that don't have sugar in it. And I don't want to say anything because that's not true. But you could, like, the teas and like coffee with the no sugar milks, like almond milk and soy milk, and all of these have a lot of nutrient density in them, like almond milk and soy milk, and teas have all kinds of great stuff. But choose the things with no sugar. And this is the time to go to the farmer's market and get as many fruits. I didn't bring any fruits out here, but like lemons, get as many fruits as you can, so when you're cutting the sugar, that you have really good options, so you're not just like forcing yourself into it. You're like, ooh, those raspberries look delicious. Ah, that apple, those pears, those peaches, like all of the delicious foods that are in season right now. So cut the sugar. Now, loads of garlic. And I know you're like, oh man, it's gonna make me stinky. But that's okay. Like, it doesn't, like, eating garlic, I think, is one of the best ways to, and the allicin in the garlic is the best for your immune system. So say if you have raw garlic and you chop it up and you just leave it for about 10 or 15 minutes, the allicin is what is like activated with the chopping of the garlic, and that's what gives you the immunity boost, but it also keeps the mosquitoes away. So I do take like an allicin garlic supplement through like the cold and flu seasons, but I also put garlic in almost everything. Garlic, onions, herbs, seasonings. I have like this Anastar. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that little pretty thing? Can you smell it? It smells like, kind of like black licorice, and I just put one in my warm morning tonics, and it has 2 powerful compounds. And this is, I'm gonna kind of jump forward into like some of the herbs and seasonings, but it has 2 powerful compounds that fight infection and fight Epstein-Barr, hepatitis 1, herpes, hepatitis B, tooth decay. So look at, I got this horrible burn on my arm. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I got this like really bad burn on my arm. I spilled tea, and so it's all blistered, and so instead of being like super bummed about my disgusting blistered swollen arm, I got excited about it because I was like, I started looking at it and how quickly it's healing, and I was like, wow, my immune system, I can see it at work. And then I started kind of researching like, what can I do to help my immune system heal this so it doesn't turn into an infection, so it stops hurting so bad, because burns hurt so bad. And so this is like some of these things, like black seed, are great for fighting infection. And so when we're talking about building our immune system, it's from everything. It's from like minor flesh wounds to colds and flus to autoimmune diseases. Like, this is exciting stuff. And the more that we can focus on like eating garlic and onions and getting excited about some of the seasonings that we can put on our foods and in our tonics and research it, it gets really exciting to eat an apple. It gets super exciting to like, oh, look at like dandelion. So even like in this park, like when you look at this dandelion and you're like, wow, dandelion helps me with my digestive system. It is full of iron and nutrients and all kinds of things, and it's just what people call a weed, but it's actually beautiful. And so there's so many fun things that we can get excited about building our immune system and about building a strong body and a lean summer body, and all of this stuff is like, it's exciting. It shouldn't be something that we're forcing ourselves into. Okay, so I only have like 5 more minutes with you, so I'm going to kind of fly through these. So fermented foods, kimchi, tempeh, miso, sauerkraut. I do drink kombucha when I'm not drinking alcohol. So if we're at like a social gathering, which there's not many of those right now, but if everybody's drinking and I'm not drinking, I bring kombucha. But a lot of them are high in sugar, so it's more of a treat for me. But thinking about fermented foods, if you heal your gut, you are going to have a stronger immune system for sure. So, and I know we've talked tons about that. Sleep, I talk about this every single Friday. For me, I've gotten in a bad habit through this quarantine of staying up late and watching Netflix. And so I have to, if I want to watch an episode, I am watching it earlier, and so I can turn off all blue light so I sleep well through the night. So that for me is really important, is the blue light, but write down some of the things that help you sleep better. Cool room, clean sheets, a bedtime routine, whether it's like a bath or a shower or washing your face, reading a boring book, those kind of things will help you sleep. Okay, so with summer, the things that I think are most important to think about is that human beings like schedules. And a lot of times I see my girls say, I'm going to take the summer off. I'll be back in the fall. And I'm like, no, because everybody has these intentions in the summer of getting out and, which we do, but then all of a sudden the barbecues sneak in, the alcohol every night sneaks in. So my suggestion to you is stay with your routine through the summer. Don't let summer take your feet out from under you and let chips, margaritas, and late nights sneak in too much. Stay with your routine, because human beings like schedule. So the science shows that what we have the most control on in our crazy, in our human lives, is the bookends of our day. So start your day habitually and end your day with the things that really matter. So I'm going to leave you with the project of writing in a journal what your bookends look like. And what is the most important thing for you to do right when you wake up in the morning? It's probably not scrolling Instagram, because that's like, or checking your email right away. And I'm saying that's for me. The most important thing for me is to meditate in the morning, to exercise, to drink my tonic, and to start my day with positivity. And then I write my goals for the day, even if my goals for the day are, maybe it's not even work. So whatever it is, I still write out like my goals for my day, what it looks like, because I know I function better when I'm prepared and when I'm properly utilizing the habits that I've worked hard to create in my life, because they can easily slip away from me. Okay, so I promised I would go through, I have so much, I forgot I was gonna do handstands with you guys too. Okay, so I think I've talked about all of these herbs enough with you, but maca is going to give you energy, vitality. It helps with mental clarity, and it helps when there's an outside stressor. It helps you deal with stress more effectively. I talked about black seed. So this I put in here, and I this is like a little pepper grinder. Helps to lower your cholesterol. Strong antioxidant, helps and fight certain kinds of cancers, kills bacteria, anti-inflammatory, regulates your blood sugar. There's so many great things about it, because those are the kind of the two that I haven't necessarily showed with you every week. Black pepper is like one of the most common things that anybody can use, and you should. It's awesome. It's full of antioxidants. It like jumpstarts your metabolism. It prevents certain kinds of cancers, helps with heart disease, lowers your blood pressure, and can help with arthritis. So fresh black pepper is awesome. And then moringa is one of the most powerful greens that you can add to your smoothies or add to your routine. Again, all of those things, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Okay, so let's do handstands. So when you're thinking about inversions, it helps stimulate your lymphatic system. So it's going to help increase your metabolism. It also helps your skin glow, because you're bringing more blood flow. It helps with mental clarity, because it's bringing more blood to your head. So some of the simple things that you can do every night when part of your like sleeping routine is just go inverted. So you can push your bottom all the way up to a wall, and then put your feet up on the wall so you're laying there. So that also helps with like hamstring flexibility, and then just kind of like point and flex your toes. So that's, everybody can do inversions. The thing with inversions is, and a lot of times we get like wrist issues because we have little teeny bones and ligaments, is learning how to properly utilize the power of your hands. So when you press into your fingers and you press into the four corners of your hands. So right now, if you guys don't mind, go ahead and get into like a table position, and then feel the difference between resting on your wrists or driving into your fingers. So if it's like you're opening up like a jar of like marinara sauce or something, press into your fingers. So everybody join me down on the ground. And if you can't get on the ground, I don't really know where you are. You can do it right here with me. So press into your fingers. Anytime we do an inversion, anytime you're in a push-up, so if I'm in a push-up position, if I'm in a handstand position, right? So this is a handstand position, I'm stacking on my skeletal system and I'm pushing into my fingers. So let's start our inversion upright. So everybody go ahead and stand up with me. Bring your hands up to the sky, flex through your wrist. Now push through your fingers and then roll your shoulders down and back. Now just do a couple shoulder shrugs so you know that, okay, these shoulders are strong. They can hold me. Okay, if I came down and I pushed on your hands and your elbows bent, then you're definitely going to hit your head if you go upside down. And so you need to work on learning how to balance on your skeletal system and not with and this is a skill, right? This takes a lot of time to learn how to straighten out your arms and balance on your skeletal system. So the first thing that we want to do is start in like our down dog positions. So here, if I'm in a down dog position, I'm pushing on my hands, and then you can just lift one foot and then lift the other. So lifting up, pressing into those fingers. And then that's also like a little bit of a workout. So I'll do like a full workshop, but thinking about if you have a wall, you can kick up to a wall. You can put your hands down and then you can walk up a wall. And even just doing a down dog or a headstand. So the things to know in a headstand is when you're doing a headstand is starting, if you do like yoga with us, is starting in a tripod position. So here, head down, start in a tripod position, and then just slowly bring your knees up. So then you're balancing on your head, but you don't have a lot of pressure on your head or your neck. So when you're going into headstands and handstands, make sure that you don't have spinal issues. All the herbs and all the handstands and all the things I say, really, you need to check with your healthcare physician. You need to make sure like your blood pressure doesn't shoot up. So go slowly into these inversions. Be really gentle with yourself. But maybe we should do like, I know for us at Kaya, we're doing like a fun 11 burpees a day challenge for the summer. And then maybe at the end of that, just kick up into a handstand and then tag me in your handstand. So tag me in your inversions today, just Coach Nikki Warren or regular like Instagram, Facebook, and I'll look at your inversions. So legs straight, toes pointed, and then come up nice and strong. That's gonna help you teach and have your, so Angela, you can do inversions pregnant, but don't kick up to handstands. So inversions are very, very important when you're pregnant because you have a lot of like, you just tend to swell in your feet, especially through the summer. So pulling your feet up to the wall every single night is gonna help replenish that blood flow and help your lymphatic system, help get everything together. But I wouldn't suggest learning a headstand or a handstand when you're pregnant because all of your ligaments and tendons are a little more stretchy. So be really gentle with your body, and you can so the answer is no. And also, but you can do the inversions. Also, if you're on your period, don't do handstands or headstands, no inversions. You can put your feet up against a wall, but those are the two that you really don't want to do. If you're doing if you're a gymnast and you're pregnant, then yes, of course you can do the handstands. Laying on the ground with your feet, yes is okay. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, just go ahead and type them in. Deidre, great to see you. Thank you for being on, you guys. Thanks, Angela, for your questions. I love it. Barb, thanks for being on. Any questions that you guys have, please type them in. I love my Fridays with you. I wish you the most beautiful weekend. Again, we do the fundraiser in Tahoe, so if you ever want to drop off a bag of food, if you're close to me in Tahoe, drop off a bag of food anytime at my house. We do food for families for the weekend. We try to feed families for the weekend. So you can drop it off at Bijou Elementary. You can Venmo me if you want me to go grocery shopping for you, or anything that you're doing locally. Let me know, and I'll always help support you too. So I love you guys. Oh, thanks, Amber. Great to see you. Have an awesome weekend. Bye. Oh, don't forget, if you're in Nevada, we are opening up our businesses. So if you know anybody, join us. We're still doing live Zoom classes, so you can sign up anytime for our live Zoom classes. We have 22 a week. I'd love to be your coach. I'd love for you to join me. I coach Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we've got all kinds of awesome coaches. Amber's one of our great coaches. We've got lots of beautiful coaches. You just sign up for it on the Kaya Fit app. Go to Nevada, Kaya Corp. You can buy a punch card. You're supporting a great local business, and we will support you in your health and fitness. So excited, Deb. We're open. Love you guys. Bye.